Hello everybody, it is great to have you all back again on our channel. My name is Amara.
And my name is Gospel.
Yeah, today we'll be looking at something really interesting. And we want to kind of touch on something that we think will be very useful for a lot of relationships, isn't it?
Yes.
So we're going to be looking at the concept of emotional bank account. Now, this whole concept of emotional bank account sort of originated from Stephen Covey, and it is just basically how individuals in a relationship are making deposits or withdrawals in a relationship that they are in, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about people having emotional bank where those who are in love with them
Yes.
make deposits or they make withdrawals. Just like you have financial accounts where someone could have a bank account where you make monetary deposits. But in this case, we are looking at emotional units.
Yeah. So rather than financial unit, we are actually going to consider emotional unit.
Yeah.
So how much of deposits are you making in your relationship, or how much of withdrawal are you making in a relationship? Now, why do we say that this is very important? You know, every relationship starts off with a sort of neutral balance, isn't it? So all relationships starts off with a neutral balance, and by the time the relationship, or by the time you guys begin to get into a relationship, begin to understand yourself and begin to navigate some challenges within the relationship, then withdrawals or deposits are being made in that relationship.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, like, some people have an account in the bank. They have so much money in their bank account, and they don't make so much withdrawals.
Yes.
But there are people who, when you check their financial account at this moment, is in red. They don't have any credit there.
Yes.
So there are relationships where you have people who have made so much deposits, who have made so much withdrawals.
Now, we looked at a number of types. So there are different types of emotional bank account, and we will be considering this in today's episode. So the first one we want to look at is
the first one is emotional bank account, where you have more deposits and less withdrawals.
What's that called? So that's high
deposit and low withdrawal.
Yes.
So high deposit is where the people involved are doing so much. They are focusing on the positive side of each other.
Yeah.
They are doing positive things, giving gifts, helping each other, making deposits that will build trust, intimacy,
and love.
love.
So basically, this is like the ideal type of emotional bank account that we expect that a lot of relationships would be making more deposits than
making
withdrawals
so
from
in
the
this
relationship.
case, they are not making so much withdrawals.
Yes.
It doesn't mean they don't have issues, but their issues are minimal. They've come to master the act of conflict management.
Yes.
They are open-minded, they are transparent, they do things together, they love each other.
Yes.
In fact, when you see them, you can see the glow of love in this kind of relationship.
Yeah, but that's not to say they don't have issues.
I said that. I know they have issues, but they've come to minimize their issues, and they've seen that in life there are challenges.
Yes. And I also think that communication is key in trying to enhance your emotional bank account.
So in this instance, they are open-minded.
Yes.
They communicate more effectively than normal other types of
emotional bank account. So we will be considering that. So the expectation is that relationships will get to a point where they make more deposits than withdrawal. And when we're talking about making deposit, we're not saying that it has to be the responsibility of the guy in the relationship, or the sole responsibility of the guy, or the sole responsibility of the lady in the relationship. It has to be mutual.
Deposit. So everyone is doing his part. Everyone understands the role he or she is supposed to play to make this relationship work.
So basically, all hands on deck.
Yes, and in fact, all the videos we've been doing, this is the core thing we are looking at.
Yes.
Where people will come to a point where they will enjoy their relationship.
Just love it.
Marriage is supposed to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
So rather than looking at all the flaws, you look at the good things about your mates and you think of, how can I love this guy more than ever before?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how can I love my wife so that she will be so in love?
Same here as well.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
Yes, but again, you know that every relationship has different phases. So we're going to touch on that and probably give some examples about how we were able to sort of get to a point where we were making more deposits than withdrawals in our relationship as well. So the second type that we want to consider is
I think the second one is where you make high withdrawal and low deposits.
Oh, yes. So it's the low deposit and then the high withdrawal. Now, this sort of relationship is very dysfunctional, isn't it?
It is. I see it this way. It is a situation where one person is the one giving so much.
Yeah.
One person is the one keeping the relationship.
Yeah.
The other party is the one criticizing, always looking at the loopholes in this person.
Yeah.
In fact, there are partners or spouses that no matter what you do, you can never please them.
They don't see anything good,
They
right?
don't see anything good in you. They don't appreciate your effort. They don't. Those are the kind of relationships where you have high withdrawals and low deposits.
Yeah. And I think that, like I was saying before, like giving some examples, you touched on criticism, which is very important. Now, criticism is good, but it all depends on how you use it. It all depends on how it is given and whether it is constructive. So, what is the aim of criticism in that relationship? Now, I remember when we started off our relationship, and I saw you to be very like slow. I was like, oh, this guy, come on, there's something to be done. Let's just get on with it. Let's just do it. And probably because I am pretty much task oriented. So when I'm focused on something, I just want to get it finished. And sometimes I share, this is what I want to do with my husband, and then he will be like, oh, I need to process this, I have to think through this.
Yeah,
you
me,
want to dot all the I's and cross all the T's.
Personally, I try to look at things from a broader perspective to be sure that if I'm going into this, it's going to be successful.
I know.
So I rationalize it. Men, we try to rationalize it.
Yes.
So take your time, look at it, be sure that what you're going to do is
worthwhile.
going to work out.
Yes.
But for you,
I think there was more, let's do it
now.
It's there, let's just get on with it. And I think at that phase, I kept saying to you, oh, why are you so slow? Why is it that you always, whenever I want to do something, you're not always on board what I want to do?
Yeah, because I needed to be sure that it's going to work.
But the thing was that I didn't understand that it was your person. You're kind of very different from me. And, I started to see that as a strength later on in the relationship. I think I gave you a lot of criticisms.
Yeah,
it wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny, to be honest.
I was too hard on you at some point.
It wasn't funny. And you know the thing?
Yes.
At those times where you wanted, for instance, you wanted us to make an investment. And I'm saying to you, let's be sure of this investment before. Let's give it time to be sure that this guy who is proposing this investment is genuine.
Yeah. So I felt that this is the opportunity. Let's take it. And this guy was like, oh no. But it took me some time to come around. It took me some time to begin to understand. And you also said to me, I don't like the way you speak to me about my manner or my ways of decision or coming to a decision. And it took me some time, but I got there in the end where I started to see that this is an important aspect of you, and rather than see it as a negative, I saw it as more complementary to our relationship. Yeah. But again, that's not to say that because some people in a relationship could be very laid back and very lazy, and I'm not referring to any gender right now, but the truth is that some people take a lot of I think it's more of a character flaw rather than a personality.
Some people might be slow.
Yes.
That slowness doesn't have to do with personality. It has to do with people not being proactive.
Yes.
But there are other people who their personality is that they are quiet, they take their time. Someone who is phlegmatic may not be so
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Yes.
So I think criticism is important, but when it becomes constant, when it's focused on destroying the person's image,
emotion,
you're making withdrawals.
Yes.
The purpose for which you are criticizing this person will not be fulfilled or achieved.
Yes.
So that's one. Another type of emotional bank account is where people are making high deposits and they are making high withdrawal.
I think this relationship, in this, it's a kind of a seesaw moment. So they are high at a certain point. Say in the morning, you find this couple, they are like, wow, we're so in love, we're so into each other, and they're so building themselves, up in their love and in the affirmation and the things they tell each other. However, before the day goes, they're
fighting. These are couples you see on Facebook. They are posting their pictures, happy anniversary, everything is wonderful.
Yes.
1 week, the next week,
it's gone down.
They are fighting, and you're wondering, what's the problem here? Those who don't really know them would see them that, this is a perfect couple.
Yeah.
But those who live within their circle,
sphere,
their sphere of their environment, would know that, wow, there is this fluctuation
imbalance
in terms of how they relate. But it's not the best place to be. In fact, bringing up children in that kind of environment could be confusing.
It's very toxic. Yeah.
Your parents in the morning are so in love. At night they're fighting, or they're fighting in the morning. And
it's kind of very confusing for the people around, and even for them themselves, because it does a lot of damage emotionally to the parties involved in the relationship. So it's basically the high deposits is fantastic if they can keep that, but it's about them working towards minimizing or reducing the withdrawals from their.
When you talk about withdrawal, there are things that could make withdrawal minimal.
Yes.
Or make it to be gradual.
Yes.
But there are things that you could do that would deplete the account completely.
Yeah.
For instance, infidelity. So if someone is involved in that,
it's not making any. It could be a one-time. I mean, some people fall into infidelity not because it was planned.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That those are the kind of things that when they happen, is gone.
Yeah.
So the actions you do, you show forth there to your spouse could either make the relationship fluctuate.
Yeah.
Where in the morning you're all affirmation.
Yeah.
At night you're all criticizing.
Yeah.
You're shouting.
Yeah.
It could be a problem of the individuals where they have character issues.
Yeah.
So they love each other, not necessarily because they don't love. That's why they're having issues.
But
they love each other, but character
flaws
are always popping up here and there.
Yes.
So what they need to do is to find a way to deal with their personality, their character issues, and try to focus on their positive side.
Making deposits into the relationship. So it is crucial. I mean, very critical. Critical type in a relationship. So now let's move on to the fourth one, which is low deposit and low withdrawal. Now, to be honest with you, this relationship or any relationship that is in that sort of category sure needs help.
Yeah, it's a situation where the man and the woman are living together, not because there is any feeling, there is no love, there is no nothing. They feel nothing. They are on zero level.
Yeah.
But they are living together because of their children, because of what the society will say if they go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Because
convenience.
of convenience, or they have some things together that if they stay together, they will have some financial benefits from the society.
Yes.
So, or they don't even they can't live apart
from each other
without those benefits.
Yes.
So they are stuck together.
Not necessarily because they are in it, not necessarily because they are making investment in the relationship, but because of other factors.
Everybody is on his own.
Yes.
It's like roommates.
Yeah.
I know a couple that they are living together. The husband cooks separately.
Yeah.
The wife cooks. Everyone has his own corner. Everyone keeps his own things. You don't touch my thing, I don't touch your thing. It's just an arrangement.
Yeah.
But outside, they still come together when they need to.
Yeah.
And showcase that image of a couple.
Yes.
But nothing is happening.
Yes.
Children are aware of it, but they are just coping with it, believing that probably
things are gonna, let's just carry on, let's not focus too much on trying to, get to know ourselves or get to make investment in our emotions. And I think that it's there's a lot of issues when someone is stuck in that sort of relationship, and it's like sometimes people feel trapped.
Yeah.
People feel like there's no escape
no way out.
route in that relationship.
It could even create mental health issues.
Yes.
Because I don't think people get married not to enjoy the relationship.
Yes.
You know, many things would have happened to lead them to that point. But I also believe that if they really, really want to make effort, if two of them decide that, you know what, we can find a way to make this relationship work.
But
it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible, but then they need help. They need to seek help. Most times, because there might have been a lot of events, a lot of things that would have cost them to get to that point, that low in their relationship. So they might need to seek help and reevaluate the relationship for its worth. Now,
or if it's a dysfunctional relationship where there is physical abuse, different emotional abuse that is not helping them by their living together.
Yeah.
It's also good if they can separate to have clarity of purpose, clarity of thoughts, mind, and all that, you know, so that if they're able to work on themselves individually,
then they can
come
together to resolve the issues. Now, we've just said all of this, but you know that some relationships go through phases, right?
Yes.
And some relationships go through a phase where they are making low deposits and high withdrawal. But that doesn't necessarily mean that
they should be stuck in that
is the
phase,
relationship. No, I mean in a point where, for example, there might be a phase in your relationship where you're constantly having conflict, you're constantly having issues. So at that point, you're not making a lot of deposits in the relationship. It's more of a withdrawal. But that doesn't speak to the fact that the relationship cannot go beyond that phase to be able to, make high deposits and invest more in your emotions rather than taking out from that. So
for some people, it could be seasonal. There are times when everything is working out so perfectly. You're making so much deposits. And there are times when things are working the other way, you're making withdrawals. It could be issues with the individual, not the relationship
itself.
So if you understand that, for instance, my wife is in a season, and I understand that this is a season, I could be the one making more deposits.
To support.
Holding the relationship until that season is over. Knowing that if she really loves me, she will come around.
So I think it's very important. And the thing is, making it intentional. So if people in a relationship are aware that this is an important aspect, or this is an important sort of lifeline in their relationship, then they will consider this an important thing, and they would always be intentional about making deposits rather than making withdrawal, looking out for things that would help to
build trust,
to bolster the trust in the relationship,
intimacy, and how to love each other. Just find a way to love more, to give more, to make more sacrifice, to be the best that you can be
for the person
you've chosen to love.
Yes.
I want to ask, what are the ways you think couples can make emotional deposits and less withdrawal in their relationship, apart from the examples we've given? Make your comments in this comment section and let's know what you think.
Yes, and again, I want to say thank you everyone for just, spending time and just keying into our channel and watching what we have to say today. We appreciate you. We love you so much. We see all you do. So we've looked at emotional bank account today. So E.B.A. So in the following episode, we would be delving more into how
to make emotional deposits
in your relationship
and
less withdrawal. So we'll be looking at that as we carry on. Now, thank you so much for watching. It's been fantastic to see you all. Please do not forget to subscribe and also turn on your notification bell. Until then, bye.